All right. Sorry, we have a little delay. Have a couple customers here in our shop here at Angel Water. Again, if you guys don't know me yet, I'm Andrew Wilson. I own Angel Water. God knows you need it. That's our slogan. And today we're going to talk again about saltless water softeners. First off, before we begin, though, I want to make sure that I stress to you all who we are. Angel Water is a licensed plumbing company in the state of Illinois. We're very proud of that. In most states, you should be a licensed plumber to install water equipment. It doesn't matter if it's a salt-free water softener. By the way, we're going to call it a water conditioner. Or if you are installing a drinking water system under the kitchen sink. Some of the advantages of a licensed plumber is that they truly understand how to do all those connections. If the connections aren't done right, especially as it's tied to the drain, because most every water filter should drain itself, you run the risk of cross-contamination. That's where the septic from your house or the sewage from your home cross-contaminates the drinking water. So it's very, 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 very important. So anyways, today we're going to talk about salt-free water softeners, and the term is the first thing that I want to talk about. So I've written it up here a little bit so that you can see salt-free water softeners. I got a big X through it here. That big X is to say there's a lot of marketing out there in the world, and the marketing companies are trying to say they're water softeners so that it literally makes you feel like the water becomes soft. That's not true. The correct terminology is actually water conditioners or anti-scale devices. Anti-scale devices simply means that there's not going to be scale build up on the inside of your plumbing. So I brought a piece of copper pipe here, and what we're looking at is actually not building up calcium on the inside of your plumbing. That's what the term really means, is we're not going to create that scale. So I want to make sure that we really get clarity on this, because I did our prior video, if you've seen that, we actually went through and we actually took apart these units. So we're able to actually show you that, when you have one of these units, they look pretty on the outside, but if you notice, there's no control valve, there's no tie to the drain. They just, as the water goes through, the filter material, which, by the way, just real simply, looks a little like this. You can sort of see it in the bag. It's just very, very simple manufactured filter material. That's really hard to see. Don't think you guys can see that there, but it's just fine granulars that as the water passes through there, the theory is that it converts the calcium into crystals. So it converts the hardness minerals into small crystals. That's what they're trying to say. And that stays attached to the water molecule. So if this is a water droplet and the calcium is like my knuckles on that water droplet, it helps crystallize that rock and keep it attached to the water molecule, so when it travels through the plumbing, it doesn't build up on the inside of the pipe. So again, when we were showing the last video showed a lot of what's the inside of the water, these salt-free water softeners look like. A lot of customers got back to me and said, hey, we really don't understand the pros and cons of that. And so I'm going to really dive into the pros and cons so that it's very, very clear to each and every one of you. In this context, though, you need to understand that water droplet has rock attached to it. And so the theory is that it sort of keeps it on that water droplet so it doesn't cause damage. Now, it is true as it travels through plumbing. The minute it hits air, things change. So the misconception that a lot of customers have is the misconception that this salt-free water softener is going to provide a lot of wonderful benefits that a water softener has, just salt-free. And what marketing companies done is really jacked up the prices of these, so they're usually at the same price as a very high-end water softener, or even a little bit more money. And so there's this feeling that you get by paying this extra money that it's going to do some magic. And it is a product that is unique. Water softeners have been around since the late 1800s and early 1900s. And so this technology came out about 5 or 6 years ago. And so it is unique in the fact that it doesn't allow calcium to build up on the inside of plumbing. Also, if your water is softer, meaning that it's under 10 grains of hardness, it does tend to have some benefits, and we're going to go through that in just a second. But I want to make sure that we're really, really clear as to what this product is designed to do. It is not a water softener. Absolutely not. It is called a salt-free water conditioner or an anti-scale device. Again, the difference is that a softener removes the bedrock from the water, literally takes it off the water molecule, and an anti-scale device is actually going to convert it, crystallizes it, so that actually when it comes out of the faucet, it sometimes acts like a powder versus scratching the glassware. But again, I want to define for all of you exactly what you need to have in order for it to work right. So I want to be very, very clear on this, and because so many customers are misled, especially in the Chicagoland area. We have tons and tons of customers who, when we first released this product, we were all excited. We're like, yes, we cannot believe it. We don't have to go out and deliver salt to everyone's homes. We can sell them one product and service it and everyone will be happy. Well, what we found very quickly was people were very unhappy. And they were unhappy because the water in the Chicagoland area is over 10 grains hard. That means I'm going to make an analogy. It's not quite accurate, but it's something simple that people can understand. If this is a rock on a water droplet, we have 10 grains or 10 little teeny pebbles in a gallon of water. So if we had a whole gallon of water, this is not quite a gallon, but if we had a gallon of water, we would have about 10 grains or 10 small pebbles on the bottom of this gallon of water. So now that 10 grains or less is where one of these systems can start to benefit. If you have 10 grains or more, then there are no benefits to it. It really doesn't do much at all. So I'm trying to make sure, that this video specifically speaks to that. So again, we talked about the types of, that we're dealing with a salt-free system. That's going to be called a anti-scale device. And now I'd like to go through for you the pros and cons, so that we're very, very, very clear about whether or not this is the right product for you. If it is, then certainly contact Angel Water or one of your local water conditioning companies, and they can help you get one. What we're really looking at here is making sure that you understand which clients have it. Now, in the Chicagoland area, it's pretty simple for us. Anybody that has Lake Michigan water, that would be basically like east of 355 or 53. So that's like City of Chicago, Lake Forest and all that. These systems can do an okay job for you. And so we're going to go through the pros and cons based on that. Now, if you take a look, the number one pro here is that it's going to reduce the buildup inside the plumbing. Number two, it reduces the film that build up on your fixtures. Again, I'm going to specifically point out right now that you literally have to be under 10 grains of hardness for it to work right. It doesn't require electricity. It doesn't require salt. It does not require salt, and it has zero wastewater. Now, zero wastewater is a great thing, but I want you to understand something. I mean, we're talking about a product that is usually sold with twofold. One is sold with this filter material inside, which converts the calcium to crystals. And the second thing is most companies package it with carbon. So there's both the filter material in there that is designed to create the anti-scale product, and usually people put carbon in there. And the reason why companies like ours will put carbon in there is because most people don't really feel a difference with the water. So when you add carbon to it, it pulls chlorine out, and so people get a benefit that they don't smell that chlorine, and so there's like this enhanced benefit. Carbon is not that expensive either, and so you have this relatively inexpensive filter that you can install in someone's home. Now, because there's usually a lot of service calls, a system like this is going to start around $2,000. And it's because that one filter material is a little pricey. The carbon's not pricey, but the filter material is. And so that's usually why these companies charge so much money. In addition, they want the price point, as I mentioned earlier, to be over what a water softener would cost, so that you sort of feel like this filter material is such a magic wand. And again, If your water is 10 grains hard, it is. There are some benefits to it. These things really are benefits for you if your water is 10 grains hard. If you're over 10 grains hard, like I said earlier, we've literally had to refund people's money. They bought it. We said, I'm sorry, it's not performing the way we thought it was, that the manufacturer described to us. And so here's your money back. And then they ended up buying a water softener, a true softener that pulls the rock out of the water and makes that water soft. So that you all understand it, soft water is what raindrops are. You know, when the rain falls, it hasn't had any contact with any rocks. And so that's soft water. Usually if you're a person who really loves your hair, or you have dry, itchy skin, you want soft water because the calcium does not build up on your pores of your skin. It doesn't build up on your hair, so that you end up getting more soft hair, or you have less dry, itchy skin. So when you have a salt-free system, so you have not removed the rock, so you still will clog the pores of your skin, and you still will have buildup on your hair. So I know there's a lot of there's a lot of marketing companies out there that have all these testimonials, and these testimonials say, oh my God, it's magic, my hair is better, my skin's better. I want you to understand the only thing in here at that point is really carbon that has actually helped avoid dry, itchy skin or their hair drying out, because chlorine is added to almost everyone's city water, to all city water supplies. And so chlorine does the same thing. Chlorine will dry out your skin, and chlorine will, of course, dry out your hair. So if we take that out, you get a benefit. It's not the filter material itself. So again, I want to be very clear on that. The filter material itself that is converting the hardness or the rock into crystals is not doing that for you, because it's still attached to the water molecule. It's just smaller. Okay, so I really want to make sure that that's clear for everyone, because when someone wants to buy one of these, we want to be very, very clear with you have to have 10 grains of hardness or under, and you have to understand that these are the only benefits that you're really going to get. Now, the cons to it, because I love Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin came up with the pros and cons list, and so I think that that's really beneficial here for us. And of course, my last video that I did, people came back to me and said, I really don't understand. So let's go through the cons. The cons is that it does not eliminate that white film buildup if you have over 10 grains of hardness. You also get a white powder if you are under 10 grains of hardness. When you have a piece of glass where it's going to coat it with white film still, just a little bit, but it wipes off. So if you don't have that filter, then it sort of etches the glassware, and it becomes very hard to get off, and you need a nasty chemical. So we've seen some benefits with it. So it is under 10 grains of hardness. You can just wipe off the filter or wipe off the glassware, wipe off your dishes, wipe off your dishwasher, and you can get some of those benefits that's not actually etching the glass. 2, it does not help with dry, itchy skin, does not help with dry, brittle hair. It does not protect your water heater. So again, a lot of things are said from some of these really aggressive marketing companies, and to me, it's a little deceptive, but again, you do your own homework and decide. They talk about how it really protects your water heater. The reality is that every test that's been done, from WQA to a lot of other companies, the minute that you add heat to water, it does not protect the water heater. So although there's a few videos online that shows that it's supposed to, again, once we change the temperature of water, it does not protect the water heater. So water heaters, again, are a very big investment. In fact, about 3 years ago, they all changed to be much more energy efficient. Now, if you don't remove the calcium out of the water, then the efficiency that you have with the water heater goes out the window. And the reason why it goes out the window is because as you heat water in a water heater, if I can just use this as an example, as we have flames heating the water, that water literally is precipitating out, or the calcium is sort of popping off the water molecule, and it literally gathers on the bottom of this water heater. It just gathers on the bottom. So this is as it gathers on the bottom of the water heater has to heat the metal, and then it has to heat the rock. And so a lot of times people with water heaters, they'll say, oh, I hear it popping and popping. Well, that's the rock cracking and cracking, and that's when you're getting very close to something causing a major leak in the house. So we want you to understand that if you do have a salt-free water, or salt-free conditioner, excuse me, you need to understand that that's not going to be a benefit. You're not protecting the water heater of your home. Next, it does not remove radium and barium. So I got to tell you, Angel Water is about making your water more healthy. Bottom line, we're about making your family and your home more healthy. That's the root of what we're all about. And so one of the wonderful benefits of a NSF certified water softener is that it removes not only the calcium, but it removes radium 228, 226, and barium out of the water. So that makes the water way more healthy. In the Chicagoland area, almost all water supply has a high level of radium 228, 226. Okay, I gotta stress that. The best way for you, no matter where you are in the country, to take a look and see what's in your water is go to the EWG website. You can enter, it's called ewg.org. It's a not-for-profit, and what they do is they study all the things that can actually create hazardous or cancerous situations for us, from topical ointments to water. And there, all you have to do is in their national water database, enter your zip code, pick your town, and there they will report to you what has been reported to the EPA, what's been in your water. So the misnomer a lot of people have is, the city gives me my water, and they say it's great. Well, what they mean is it's great as compared to the EPA standards, which were set back in 1972. So no matter where you are, go to the ewgwebsite.org, enter your zip code, pick out your town. That's going to tell you exactly what's in your water. The radium 228 and 226 that is constant, or it's all through Chicagoland area, is actually removed with a very good water softener. Now, the salt-free systems, they don't. So when it comes to someone's health and we're looking at comparable pricing, we love to be able to highlight the fact that, listen, we're about the health and welfare of not just your home, but of your family. And in that context, a really good water softener would really do your family better justice. But again, that's your decision as a homeowner. It's just our passion to try to bring you the healthiest water possible. Again, our goal is to try to find that fountain of youth. And in that context, just so you can understand a little bit, your fountain, your body is like is just a walking filter, right? And so the best thing you can do is clean your filter with good clean water. Now, just like a good clean filter, you got to drink, or filter, you have to drink water on a regular basis to flush your body of all the toxins. If you notice, one of these salt-free systems, they don't. They have no ability to flush itself. So we actually have to come out to your house, dump this filter material, depending on how many gallons of water you use. It's usually about 2 or 3 years, and then we got to rebed it, so it's extremely expensive. So with a water softener, it has a drain. And so it's using clean water to clean that filter material on a regular basis and flush the impurities down the drain. Now, we like to highlight the fact that you are a filter, just like a water softener is a filter, a good solid water softener. So you have to make that sort of decision. Do you want to have us out every five years or so to rebed this? Sometimes it's 4 years, and it's going to be almost the same cost just to rebed this. Or do you want to take a look at a solid water softener that has some of the better benefits to it? Again, the only person that this product is good for is if you have 10 grains of hardness or less. Lastly, it does not reduce the soap that you use. One of the enhanced benefits of water softener is that you can really reduce all the cleaning supplies, the laundry soap, the shampoo. I mean, there's some amazing benefits. Oh my God, one of the biggest benefits is people put on so much lotion. So when people put on so much lotion, they're covering up the fact that actually what caused the skin to get dry and itchy. It's not the lack of lotion in most cases, but it's usually because calcium has actually clogged the pores of your skin. So when you're looking at trying to find a benefit, the salt-free system does not have the benefit of using less soap. As an example, when you use Tide as an example, you usually use a full cup of Tide, or they have that little marker on there. That's because Tide has the number one ingredient in there is liquid softening agents. So if it has liquid softening agents in there, you know that it has to actually fight the rock in the water. If you have a salt-free system, you still have to use the same amount of soap because you're fighting the rock that builds up on your clothing. You're fighting the rock that builds up on the inside of the wash machine. So you need to use that same amount of soap, where if you were to switch to a water softener, all you need is a tablespoon. It's a drastically less soap. So that's another, not so, one of the cons. That's another con. And in regards, I hope that what we did today was highlight to you the pros and cons. And again, it's pros and cons based on if your hardness level is under 10 grains hard. I hate to harp on that, but based on the fact that we've had so many people come to us and say, oh, it's not working, I want my money back. Our goal is to make you happy. Okay, our number one objective here at this company is to make our customers happy. So the only way we can make you happy is, first, we need to educate you. We need to teach you what's in your water and what are the proper methods to get that stuff out. In an era where the EPA is following 1972 guidelines to sort of make sure your water is safe for you and your family, and by the way, those are set for a man that weighs 180 pounds, not for a child. So I want to highlight that it's your job to actually do a little homework. I hope that what we can do as a licensed plumbing company and as a WQA company, this means that we've had our guys go through some basic testing to understand water, and through all the training we've done for over, almost 35 years, we really, really understand the water in your home. We really understand how to properly treat the water for you and your family. And in that context, that's our passion now. So we hope that we can earn your business if you ever need a good, solid water softener company, or you need a good water filtration company. If you're looking to provide your family healthier water or your home healthier water, we hope to earn your business. If not, we hope that this video can help teach you a little bit about the pros and cons to a salt-free system, and help you make sure that you buy the right product when you're online. Again, my name is Andrew Wilson. I'm with Angel Water, and we're very, very grateful for that you took the time to watch our video today. Thank you.